Good morning all. Today I am going to discuss about environmental scanning process. So in the strategy, first of all, in yesterday's class, in previous class, we are discussing about strategic management process. Okay, so these are the steps in the strategic management process. First one is the identifying corporate mission. Second one is the formulate strategic, and third one apprise internal and external environment. So for this purpose, we have done environmental scanning. Okay, so for this purpose. Okay, so apprise internal and external environment and develop and evaluate alternative strategies and select the best strategy and establish strategic business units and fix target alert resources to each SPU and developing operating plans and monitor performance. After that, revise the operating plans where necessary. Okay, so this is strategic management process. Just I'm once again I remind you. So then next concept is environment scanning process. This is very important in the strategic management. So without knowing this, we can't do strategic management process. So we are unable to do strategy, formulate the strategy. So before we are going to formulate the strategy, then we need a environmental scanning process. So now we are discussing about environment scanning process. Under this, there is a diagram, flow diagram. So I'm clearly mentioned what are the things involved in the environmental scanning process. But letters are very small because the space is very less. So that's why I'm not expanding that. So there is a corporate planning, first one, and second one is environmental scanning, and third one environmental analysis, and fourth one is environmental diagnosis. Under environmental diagnosis, there is two things, external environment and internal environment. Under external environment, there are general environment, industry environment, international environment. So after that, all these things comes under opportunities and threats. Okay, so from the external environment, we have some opportunities and also threats. Okay, then after that, internal environment. Under internal environment, there is functional area of profit and evaluation and strategic advantage profile and strength and weaknesses. Okay, this is the part. So strengths and weaknesses, the last one. So from the internal environment, there is a strength and weaknesses. Okay, so after that, finally I am discussing about last things. First we are starting from corporate planning. So already we are discussing about corporate planning process, and the corporate planning process, very beginning topic is, so corporate planning, I show you the order, that's why I'm go to back. So this is the corporate planning. Under corporate planning, there are two phases. So first phase is environmental scanning, and second one is strategy formulation and implementation. Just to remember that. Okay, so there is two significant phases in the corporate planning. First is environmental scanning, and second one is strategy formulation and implementation. At present, we are discussing about environmental scanning. Okay, so the first step. Before we are going to that first step, first we have to know all these basic things, because these terminologies are used in the environmental scanning process also. That's why we know all these things. Okay, then so environmental scanning process. So where corporate planning is ends, then the environmental scanning process will be started. Okay, so this is the corporate planning, the first step. Where the corporate planning is ends, then the environmental scanning process will be started. Okay, so you clearly note this point. Okay, so environmental scanning means, that means you have to scan the external environment and also internal environment. The external environment is affected by some of the factors which are external factors, and internal environment is affected by some of the internal factors that are related to the internal factors, internal issues in the organization. So both we have to scan. Okay, so that is environmental scanning. So then environmental scanning. So in environmental scanning, it is a vital part of the corporate planning process. So it is very effective phase and very important phase in the corporate planning process. Already I told you, without environmental scanning process, never we formulate strategy for the organization. Okay. Then effective planners try to anticipate what is like to happen or attempt to influence the environmental in favorable directions. So the effective planners, that means the top management people, and that means the people who done the plans and who design the plans, they are always try to anticipate, they quite against what is likely to happen or attempt to influence the environmental in favorable directions. So ఎప్పుడు కూడా సారీ always we are not getting the desirable things, that means what we have to expect always not happens. Okay, so sometimes it happens and sometimes it not happens. Okay, so anticipate what is likely to happen or attempt to influence the environment in favorable directions. So the environment is not always in a favorable direction, sometimes it is in unfavorable directions also. So but basically we are assumption, or our basic assumption is we are expecting the positive result and favorable directions always, but there is sometimes we get unfavorable things and unexpected things also. Then how to face that situations, how to anticipate that situations, the planner will already have a plan to anticipate the unfavorable things. That means the fight against, how to fight against the unfavorable things, that means unexpected things. Okay, so the effective planner should take care about all these things. Okay, so effective planner always ready to face any type of situations, because already they planned and already they have some plan to overcome that unfavorable things. This requires long-term strategic vision and commitments to corporate planning. For this purpose, we need a long-term strategic vision. Okay, so that means we have some vision, that means what we have in the future and what we are in the future. So that is in a strategic view, that means a wise plan, long-term strategy for vision and commitments to corporate plan, and we have commitment also for corporate plan. Okay, so this is environmental scanning. Then why environmental scanning? What is the need of environmental scanning? Why we done environmental scanning process? The banks and business enterprises in the public sector are being disinvested by the government. Suppose the government should take the decision, the burning issue, Vizag Steel Plant and public sector organizations, the government withdraws their investments from that organizations. There is some strategy, that means there is some environmental scanning. So the government wants to withdraw their money, their investments from the public sector companies, PSUs. Okay, why? The government should not do business with the people. Okay, so the government doesn't want to make business with the people. There is a reason behind that. And another reason is, in the employees in the PSU, they didn't take responsibility. That means they didn't own the organization their own. They didn't feel that's our organization and we take the responsibility and we put hard work for the sake of organization. They doesn't feel. Okay, so they are working only for the salaries, not for the organization, and the losses are going on in the public sector units. So government faces, from the maximum PSUs government faces, and government gets losses from that organizations. So how many years the government should take the losses from the public sector units? They are continually invested, and they are giving the salaries also. So how many years this process will go on? So the government doesn't want to continue their investments in the public sector units. All they are going into the privatization. That means under private management. Then the responsibility will be increased and accountability will be increased, because the public sector, uh, those who are working, they are only they are only having the job security, otherwise they lose their jobs. Okay, so the reason behind that. And next one is the government policies keeping changing. The current focus of the government of India has been on globalization, privatization, deregulation. As a result, foreign goods are being dumped into the markets. So the government policy is keeping changing the current focus of the government of India. So the government wants, so the government policy is keeping changing the current focus of the government of India has been on globalization. So the government wants to changing their policies according to the globalization, privatization, deregulation. There are three things very, very important in the finance sector. So globalization, privatization, deregulation. Globalization means we're mingle with the global. So the global means the globe will be treated as, and all over the world is treated as global world. Global village. Okay, so the total world becomes into a village with the introduction of the technology and new inventions from the technology. So with the advanced technology, the world will become too smaller, because we are going to everywhere and we are talking everywhere, anywhere from anywhere. And simply we said, now in India we are talking with America people and also any country people without any hurdles. And you go anywhere, we have civil aviations. Okay, we have civil aviation facility. Okay, and also banking facilities, online transactions. For all these, there is a globalization. Okay, so and privatization. So under government management, maximum all of the government companies or government institutions didn't have any responsibility and they don't have any accountability. So already I told you. So they are only working for the salaries, not for the organization. That's why the government is also encourage private sector. So privatization. So the government wants to convert and privatize the banks also, nationalized banks also. Because suppose if you went some Axis Bank or ICICI Bank, they are giving the better services rather than the government banks. That means SBI and all other banks, comparison with that, compared with that. So suppose you went to SBI and you are asking any information, they simply told just you have to wait, or put them into waiting process. But in the private banks, they are giving the services, they are always asking you, okay, so you are satisfied with our services and is there any betterment, and they give priority to the customer queries and customer problems. That's why the government wants to make them all private. Okay, so with the privatization, there is a chance to increase the responsibility, and there is a chance to competition, and there is a chance to accountability. And as a result, foreign goods are, deregulation means you have to reduce the conditions, those people which are commencing business in India, they want to start their businesses in India. So you give some relaxations and some benefits those who are want to start their businesses in India. So the government of India introduces a industrial policy based on this re-regulation. In industrial policy, the Indian government gives so many benefits to the foreign companies, those who are coming to start their businesses in India. They give some subsidies in the electricity and land, and the government provides infrastructure, road and transport facilities, and electricity, and those need a fuel, and the government is also providing fuel. So in this way, the government gives so many benefits and the tax benefits also. Okay, so in this way, the government is also encourages the foreign investors to invest their money in the India. So as a result, foreign goods are being dumped into the markets. So many goods are available in the so many countries. Goods are available in the country. That means foreign goods. So the government liberalize the commercial policy, commerce policy. So then all the products are available in the market and they are dumped into the Indian markets. So computers have wiped out the market for typewriters and electronic typewriters. So computers are totally wiped out the typewriters and electronic typewriters market. Before introducing the computers, so the letters are typed or some typing work. Suppose you need a neat document with the typewriting. So the registration documents and all the certificates and remaining all the things should type with the typewriters, electronic typewriters. Okay. So after introducing the computers, the typewriters and the electronic typewriters are totally wiped out from the market. There is no business for these two machines, typewriters and electronic typewriters. Okay, so the computers are totally wiped out. This is environmental scanning. So now there is a need of environmental scanning. So next, infotech industry, which was very strong for 4 decades, suddenly revealed downtrend. So information technology industry is very strong for a decades. So at the time of introduction, it has a huge opportunities and huge development. Now suddenly it's revealed downtrend. Sometimes it faces so many problems. So after attacking on the World Trade Organization, the total IT industry will be downtrend. Then after that, so many years it will be recovered. At the sometimes it will be downtrend and sometimes it will be uptrend. So according to the global scenario. Okay. So because the products are coming from advanced countries. Okay. So that the Indian IT sector is completely depending upon the foreign companies from Australia and USA and London. So from these three countries, we are getting maximum projects, IT projects. So suppose if there are any problems in these three countries, then automatically it shows impact on our industry, our IT industry. Okay, that's why there is a need of environmental. That means you have to scan. You have to know all these changes with the environmental scanning. Okay, and last one, the advent of television channels has almost zeroed down the market for VCR and significantly affected the flow of film via traffic. Okay, so the advent of television channels after introducing the satellite channels and TV channels, then the total market of the VCR is significantly affected the flow of film via traffic. So before there is a video cassette recorders. There is a big machine and you have to put some cassettes, video cassettes in that VCR, and you are connecting with that VCR to TV, and you see the picture in the television. So after introducing the television channels, there is no need of VCR because they are broadcasting so many movies in their TV channels. Okay, so now there is no need of VCR. So the totally VCR sector market is totally wiped out. Okay, it will be vanished. Okay, so there is no need of VCRs or anything. Now there is no need of CDs also, DVDs also. For that only software purpose or any recording purpose only we are using the CDs. Okay, so otherwise we don't need the CD because pen drives and hard drives are available with huge spaces. Why we go for CDs and DVDs? Okay, so these are the changes which are occurred in the external factors. So for all these changes, there is a need of environmental scanning. With environmental scanning, you have to know all these things. What are the changes occurred in the external environment or internal environment? Okay, so then next step, environmental analysis. That means you have to analyze the environment. So refers to the process of analyzing the environment component wise or sector wise to provide a basis for further diagnosis. So what are the components included in the environmental scanning process and in the business process? So you have to analyze component wise and sector wise to provide a basis for further diagnosis, and you have to provide a basis for further diagnosis for next step. Diagnosis is the next step. Okay, before we are going to the diagnosis, there is a need of environmental analysis. After that only you done the diagnosis process. It interrelates the formation of objectives, generation of alternative strategies, and other related issues. So it is an interrelates the formation of objectives. So and generation of alternative strategies and other related issue. Okay, so these have interrelate with the formation of objectives and generation of alternative strategies. They are both, these are all interconnected and dependent. Okay, interdependent with all these things. Okay, and after that, environmental diagnosis. So environmental diagnosis means you have to diagnose the environment. Suppose I am giving an example. Suppose you are suffered with any health issue and you went to the doctor, and the doctor asks some basic information, and you tell that information to the doctor, and after that he writes some medical test to complete analysis of the cause of the illness. Okay, so then only the doctor find out the reason for the health issue or illness. Okay, so the diagnosis is very, very important. So after the lab technician giving the report, and then the doctor see that report, and then he finds out any problem in that report. According to that problem and according to that issue, the doctor should write the medicines and should treat the problem. Okay, then only he understand your problem and he gives correct medicines and correct treatment for your health issue or illness. Okay, according to that, environmental diagnosis also comprises the managerial decisions based on the perceived opportunities and threats of the firm. Okay, so managerial decisions based on the perceived opportunities and threats of the firm. So the managerial decisions should always depends upon the opportunities and threats of the firm. These two are from the external environment only, because the opportunities are come from outside and the threats are also come from outside. So that's why it is completely external environment, related to the external environment. So the decision should be based on opportunities came from the market or outside, and what are the threats are there in the external environment for our business, related to our business. Okay, so it's totally depend upon these two things. The manager should take the decisions based on these two things. In effect, it helps to determine the nature of the impending tasks to take advantage of opportunity or to effectively manage threat. So it helps to determine the nature of the impending task to take advantage of opportunity or to effectively manage threat. So from the opportunities where you should take the advantage, and how you are effectively manage the threats. These two are important. Okay, so the managerial decisions are completely based on these two things. The environmental diagnosis process will help to overcome the threats and how to manage the threats, and how you are getting advantage from the opportunities. These two are very, very important. For this purpose, the environmental diagnosis should help how to get these two things. It helps, okay, it helps the management how to take advantage of opportunities and how to effectively manage the threat with the use of environmental diagnosis only. So without environmental diagnosis, you didn't done these two things. Okay, so you didn't get advantage of opportunity, and you should not manage the threats in a effective manner without environmental diagnosis. Okay, I hope you are clearly understood. Okay, then next, step, external environment analysis. Okay, so external environment analysis, this is also very, very important. So external environmental analysis means opportunity and threat. From the external environmental analysis, we are getting opportunities and threats. Already I have told you. So the external environment has a profound impact on the business operations, irrespective of the impact on the business operations, irrespective of the nature of the business. Okay, so at any type of business, at any type of operation, the external environment should have a profound impact, a huge impact on all these things. The business has to monitor the key forces both into micro and macro environment. So the business has to monitor, okay, should always monitor the key forces. What are the important forces both in the micro and macro environment? Micro means small and macro means big. Okay, so what are the key forces both in the micro and macro environment? The forces in the macro environment may be customer competitors. Okay, so in general, in the micro environment, the key forces are customer competitors. Okay, so and other force under the forces into the macro environment may be demographic, economic, technological, social, cultural, and political or legal. Okay, in the macro environment there is a customers competitors. Okay, and in the macro environment there is a demographic, that means area wise, state wise or regional wise there is some factors, and economic and technology related factors, and socio-cultural factors, and political or legal factors. These are the forces. related to the macro environment, and all these factors and parties affect the business operations both in the short and long run. Okay, so all these factors are affect the business operations. Okay, both in the short run and long run, in the long run and short run also. These are the factors are showing impact on the business operations. These factors can be grouped under three parts of the environment. Okay, so these factors can be grouped under the three parts of the environment. They are general environment, industry environment, and international environment. Okay, so that's it.